Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Debbie Mormon, and this class is brought to you by Family Care Health Centers in St. Louis. So we'll be doing sort of a soothing practice today. Hopefully it will be soothing. Please remember to only move in ways that feel okay in your body. Just because I say to do something doesn't mean you have to do it. Always tune into your own body and listen to it, and nothing should hurt or cause any sharp or burning pain. If it does, please stop doing it. So let's take a minute to get centered. So go ahead and find an easy seated position, whatever that looks like for you, but lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling as you allow the shoulders to melt down away from the ears. Lower your gaze or close your eyes, and we'll just take a minute to get centered, to feel grounded, and to become fully present in the moment, in your body, allowing the dust of the day to settle or set to the side, giving yourself the gift of being present. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, now would be a great time to do that. That's any kind of quality or characteristic that you'd like to see more present in your life. I'm going to choose soothing as my intention today, since that's sort of the theme of this practice. So we'll just take some slow, deep breaths, but I invite you to sort of do an audible exhale. So it might be ha, or a sigh, or any kind of audible sound on your exhale, because that releasing of sound also helps us to release tension. So let's go ahead and take 5 slow, deep breaths. I'm sorry you have to listen to my audible exhales, but that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and let your breath out. Slow inhale through the nose. And an audible exhale. 4 more. And then just resume normal breathing. And then let's bring both hands over the heart. So one hand stacked on top of the other. I think this is such a powerful pose to help us become centered, to feel connected, to soothe. And then we're just going to take our fingertips to the center of our chest, and we're just going to brush the fingertips out toward the shoulders. So we're just gently brushing away the tension. So from the center out through the collarbone, and just lightly brush that area a few times. And then just allow the backs of the hands to rest on the tops of the thighs so the palms are up, and just notice what that area feels like now. Good. Then again, stack maybe the opposite hand over the heart. Just again, inviting our attention to arrive into this experience with acceptance. And again, calling to mind your intention. Good. Release the hands. And we're just going to circle the head. We're going to do 10 repetitions in each directions of neck circles. So that's a lot of neck circling. If that's too much for you, don't do it. It's your choice always. But allow the face to feel very relaxed as you do it. So either direction, just take 10 neck circles. At whatever speed works for you. Eyes can be open or closed. That was 10 for me, so when you finish your 10, circle the other direction. That was 10 for me. Again, just take a little pause. And then we'll take 10 shoulder shrugs. So that's an inhale, lift the shoulders way up by the ears, and exhale, release it down. 10 of those. Maybe do an audible exhale if you like. I think that was 10. And again, take a little pause to feel the effects. Good. So let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders, and we're going to take another 10 circles with the elbows. So we'll do 10 backward and then 10 forward. So big circles with the elbows going backward. Hands stay on the shoulders. Good. That was 10 for me. Now I'm going to reverse to circle the elbows forward. Relax the arms and take a minute again to just feel the effect and noticing. Good. Then we're going to take our hands into a very gentle fist, and we're just going to gently pound the chest and come forward to the middle. So we start kind of by the armpit and gently pound as we bring the fists together in front of the heart center. And then again, let's take a big inhale and we'll make an audible exhale as we pound. So it's kind of like Tarzan. 2 more. Good. Relax. And notice. Good. Then we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And we're going to take that gentle fist with our right hand and kind of gently pound from the left ear all the way down to the left shoulder. Just kind of encouraging those muscles of the neck and shoulder to soften and soothe. Good. Keep the right ear to the right shoulder. Relax the right arm. And then inhale the head back up to neutral and just take a minute to notice the difference between how the left side of your neck and the right side of your neck feel. Maybe you don't notice anything, that's okay, but maybe you do. And if you do, we'll even it out. So now we're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder, gentle fist with the left hand. And again, we gently pound from the right ear all the way down to the right shoulder. That gentle pounding just helps us to relax. Good. Release the left hand and then bring the head back up to neutral. Again, just noticing. All right, so we're going to take the arms out to a T. The palms are up. And again, we're going to take 10 rounds of just bringing the fingertips to the shoulders. So we're just bending the elbows. So inhale, extend, exhale, fingertips to shoulders. And take one more. Good. Relax it down. And we're going to interlace the fingers in front of our face, and the elbows are going to come towards together, forearms and elbows towards together. And we're going to circle the wrists in either direction 10 times. Good. When you've done your 10, circle the other direction 10 times. Good. Relax out. And we're going to, maybe you scooch back in your chair, but we're going to lift one leg straight out in front and spread your toes as wide as you can spread the toes and hold it for a couple breaths. And then relax the toes and take a strong point and flex. And then take some circles of the ankle as you lower the foot all the way back down to the floor. And then the other side, left leg lifts straight out in front and spread the toes as wide as you can. And relax the toes, strong point and flex of the foot. And then circle the ankle as you lower that foot back down to the floor. Good. Now we might want to scooch a little bit forward in our chair, and we're just going to hug the right knee into the chest. You can always use a strap or a belt here if your hands don't quite reach your legs, but lift the spine up, hug the right knee into the chest, and breathe. Good. Then cross the right ankle over the left knee if that works in your body. Otherwise, right ankle can cross over the left ankle, whichever works good for you. This is our figure 4 position. So you may want to put some gentle pressure down on the right knee to intensify that stretch if you like. Option to stay right here if you're already feeling a good sensation in the right hip. Otherwise, you can interlace the fingers behind the left thigh, and maybe you play with lifting that knee up. That's going to really intensify the stretch in the right hip. So if that doesn't feel good, keep the left foot down, but keep the spine long and straight, and breathing. Good. If you're lifted, go ahead and lower it back down. And then we're going to re-hug that right knee into the chest. And maybe the hands interlace behind the right thigh. And we see what it feels like to extend the right leg straight. Reach to the front of your room with that right heel. Right foot is flexed. Spine is long and straight. And gently lower it back down, and we'll take that on the other side. So now we're going to hug the left knee into the chest, spine straight, belly in, and breathing. Good. Then we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee, or the left ankle over the right ankle. So either way is perfect as long as the left knee is opened out to the side and you're feeling some sensation in the left hip. Maybe some gentle pressure down on the left knee to intensify, maybe not. Option to stay right here, or the left hand goes in between the legs, fingers interlace behind the right thigh, and we lean it back and lift the right knee off the earth any amount. This is optional, of course. If you're tight in the hips, you want to just stay in figure 4 with the right foot on the floor. Wherever you are, breathe into that left hip. Good. If the right foot is lifted, gently lower it back down. And then we're going to re-hug the left knee into the chest. And interlace behind the left thigh. And send the left leg out straight. Reach through the left heel. Left foot is flexed. And the spine is long and straight. Good. Gently lower the left foot down. Bounce the legs out a little bit. And we'll move into a twist. So inhale both arms up by the ears. And on an exhale, the right hand reaches for the back of the chair. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, maybe you deepen the twist just a little bit. And breathe down to the belly, not up. Breathe on the inhale, we're breathing down into the belly. And exhale, maybe some open mouth exhales. Gaze can be back over the right shoulder to the right side wall or forward, whatever feels best in your neck. Breathing down into the belly. Good. Gently release out. Inhale the arms up by the ears again. And exhale, twist left. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand reaches for the back of the chair. If it doesn't reach, go to the hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen your twist. Remembering to breathe down into the belly, feeling the belly expand like a balloon on the inhale, and gently contract on the exhale. And slowly untwist, facing forward. And let's take 5 shoulder rolls in each direction. So shoulders come forward, up by the ears, back and down. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. And reverse your circles for 5 more. And relax it down. And just drop the chin to the chest. And take a deep breath in. And maybe the right ear goes a little bit over to the right. The chin still kind of tilted down. Maybe left ear toward the left shoulder. And then let the chin settle to the chest. And take 2 more big, deep breaths. And gently lift the chin back up. And we'll take Warrior 2 in our chair. So bring both knees over to the right side of your chair. The left butt cheek's going to kind of hang off the chair here. And our options are to bring the left knee to face the front wall, but try to square the hips towards your front wall. And then inhale the arms up to a T, or they can stay holding onto the chair, whichever feels best for you. Option to stay right here, or maybe you extend that left leg back. The left foot is flat on the floor, and the right heel intersects with the arch of the left foot. And gaze out over the right fingertips if the arms are lifted. And breathe. Relax the shoulders down. Call to mind your intention. Gently release the arms. If the left leg is straight, go ahead and rebend it. Bring the right knee forward, and we'll swing the legs all the way over to the left side of the chair. And now the right butt cheek's hanging off a little bit. And we're going to open the right knee out to the front. The hips shift toward the front wall. Option to keep the right knee just where it is. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the right leg back. Right foot's flat on the floor. Left heel intersects with the arch of the right foot. Arms extend, stay at the hips, hold on to the chair, whatever works, but gaze to your left. Soften the shoulders. Focus on your slow, deep breaths and your intention. Shoulders stay over the hips. We tend to want to lean forward, but try to keep the shoulders over the hips. And release the arms. Go ahead and re-bend the right leg. And we'll swing the knees forward, and then we're going to bring the knees out to a wide angle. So we're seated toward the edge of our chair, the front edge of our chair. And we're just going to flow with the arms a little bit here. So we're going to inhale, arms out wide and all the way up overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. So this is kind of a slow meditative movement. So we're inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling, prayer hands to heart center. Spine is long and straight. Keep flowing. Doing 10 of these. I think that's 6. I always lose count. Couple more. Good. Last one. Good. Release the arms. We're going to leave the legs here in a goddess pose. Utkatta Konasana. Good. Then we're going to come into a side bend flow with our legs at a wide angle. So let's inhale both arms up by the ears. On an exhale, the right forearm comes to the right thigh, and we take a side bend over to the right. Left arm is up by the left ear. Good. Inhale back through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, both arms up by the ears. Exhale, side bend to the right. And flow. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. Let's go one more to each side. Good. Inhale both arms up by the ears, and from here we're just going to lower the arms forward, down, and back. The torso tilts forward and the arms reach back. Inhale, lift it all up. Exhale, arms sweep down and back, torso leans forward. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as the arms sweep down and back, and we fold forward a little bit. Two more. Good. Let's heel toe the legs back together. They're actually about hip width distance apart, so the knees are a little bit apart. And we're just going to take a seated forward fold here, but I'd like for you to imagine that you're holding a beach ball on your lap in front of you, and you're sort of drawing the belly in, up, and over that beach ball. So the forearms can come to the knees. The head hangs heavy. If you want more, the hands can travel down the shins and the torso rests on the thighs. Wherever you are in this forward fold, let the head hang very heavy. Maybe you nod the head yes or shake the head no to soften the neck a little bit more. Relax the jaw. Wherever you are in your forward fold, allow everything to soften. to rest after all that movement. Forward folds are a great way to bring focus, improve attention, kind of a reset to the brain. Good. Draw the belly in, and we're going to roll up. Let the arms just dangle. And we're going to go nice and slow and try to stack one vertebrae on top of the next. The low belly's engaged. Shoulders and head are the last thing to lift up. Does your brain feel like it was reset? All right, let's take some cat-cow here. So on an inhale, arch the back, draw the shoulder blades together, chin lifts. And then exhale, scoop out the belly, round the back, widen the shoulder blades, chin drops, and we flow. Inhale for cow, exhale for cat. Keep the belly engaged. Send a little love to your spine. Let's take one more. And come to neutral. Again, lower the gaze or close the eyes. Flip the palms to face up and just notice how the body's feeling. Notice if you're feeling a little bit more soothed or calm. Maybe the mind has slowed down a little bit with its thoughts, maybe not. Good. Then we'll gently blink open the eyes. And we're going to come to stand, and we're going to face the seat of our chair. So we'll do some standing poses here. If standing isn't your thing, then you can probably do these seated as well. But we're going to inhale both arms up by the ears, and on an exhale the hands come to the seat of the chair, and we find any kind of standing forward fold that feels good. You can bring as much bend into the knees as you like. Good. On an inhale, halfway lift. So in the halfway lift, we're reaching the crown of the head forward. The shoulders are back away from the ears. And we're trying to bring as much length into the spine as possible. Good. Then step the legs back to find a down dog here. So if the hands need to travel up to the back of the back of the chair, they can. Or the hands can stay on the seat of the chair. Remember, knees can be bent here, but reach back with the hips. Kind of the hips or the sit bones reach back and up to the ceiling. That intensifies the stretch in the back of the legs. But we're more focused on the length in the spine here and letting the heart hang heavy. Good stretch for the shoulders too. Good. Then we're going to bring the torso or the hips back forward and down to a little bit of an up dog. So the hips can lower all the way down as much as you like. Chin lifts slightly. And send the hips all the way back to downward facing dog. Good. Then we're going to lift up and we're going to step the right foot kind of under our chair and bend the right knee. So this is a crescent lunge. So option to leave the hands on the seat, or maybe they travel up to the back of the chair. Maybe they come to your hips. The left toes are tucked under here. Or maybe the arms come up by the ears for full crescent lunge. Keep the left leg active and strong so that the right leg isn't doing all the work here. Good. Release the hands back to the seat of the chair. We're going to flatten the left foot. It's at a little bit of a diagonal, so the left toes are at a diagonal. We're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to bring the right hand to the seat of the chair, and the left arm is going to reach up, and the heart opens to the front of your room. So this is triangle pose with the support of our chair. So both legs are straight, if that's okay. And the left palm is facing the front of the room, as well as your gaze. If it feels okay in the neck and your balance is okay, you can see about lifting the gaze up toward the left hand if that feels okay. Big opening for the left side body, the outer left hip. Slow, deep, even breaths. Good. On an exhale, release the left hand back to the seat of the chair. Draw the right foot back to downward facing dog. And we'll take that whole little series on the other side. So now we're going to lift up a little bit. Step the left foot up under the chair. Come up on the right toes. So the right toes are tucked under. Option to stay right here and open the collarbone area. Maybe the hands come to the back of the chair. Feel free to stay in any of these positions or play with it to figure out which challenges you the most, or at least challenges you a little bit. The hips are squared toward the chair. Shoulders are relaxed down wherever you are. Good. On an exhale, release the hands to the chair if they were up. And we're going to straighten the left leg, flatten the right foot to a diagonal. So it's kind of like heel to heel alignment. Left hand comes to the center of the chair and we peel the right arm up to the sky. Breathing into our right side body and outer right hip for triangle pose on the left. Gaze can be down, forward, or maybe up at the right hand. And you're breathing and calling to mind your intention. So we're not collapsing into the left shoulder. You're pushing down into the seat of your chair and reaching up with the right hand. Good. Release the right hand to the seat of the chair and draw the left foot back. One more down dog. And gently lift yourself all the way back up to standing. And we'll come back down into our chair, have a seat. And we're going to play with boat pose in our chair. So I would suggest grabbing onto the back of the chair or maybe the seat of the chair. I prefer the back of the chair. So this is a big core strengthener. So you may want to just practice with one leg at a time, lifting it up. Or maybe both knees come up, knees are bent. Belly is drawn in toward the spine. And we're trying to hold this here. So either one knee or both. but the torso's sort of leaning back a little bit, not touching the back of the chair. And we're just trying to keep both knees lifted and squeezed together. And breathing. Good. Gently release it down. Shake it all out. And we'll try that one more time. So again, remember the options. So the hands come to the back. We sort of lean the torso back, and you either lift one knee at a time or both. Trying to hold those knees up any amount. Keep breathing, you got it. And relax out. All right, so let's take the soles of the feet together for a seated bound angle. So you may want another chair. I have a couch here, so I'm going to use it. If you don't have another chair or a couch, just bring the soles of the feet kind of out of the camera view here. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall open. This can be done without another chair or a couch or a prop. If you have a footstool, that would work too. But we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall open. I look like I'm slouching here. Spine is long and straight. Big hip opener. If you have tight hips, I recommend trying to watch TV in this position just to gently encourage those hips to open up a little bit. If this feels like enough for you, I want you to stay right here. But if you want to play with coming into a forward fold over your bound angle, you can. That's going to intensify the stretch, so you do what works for you. If you're folded forward, go ahead and gently help the torso come back upright. And we'll settle in for Savasana. So you can stay in seated bound angle if that feels comfortable and what you want to do for your Savasana. Or you can lay down on your couch or your bed or your floor, or stay seated in your chair. Or if you're at your desk, you can put your head down on your desk, whatever you want to do to make yourself be able to completely and totally surrender. So take a minute to fidget and then allow yourself to settle into stillness. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Allow this time of meditation to be of benefit to you and to all those whose lives you touch. Scan the body. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere, and if you are, direct the breath to those places and allow them to soften. Allow yourself to feel heavier and heavier with each exhale. And I have a short reading by Maston Kipp. And it says, if you choose to see everything as a miracle, then where you are right now is perfect. There is nowhere to run to. There is nothing else to do except be in this moment and allow what is to be. From that place of radical acceptance, major change can happen. The first step in any transformational experience is acceptance and surrender to the present moment, the way that it is. From that place, we have the awareness, humility, and power to change what is. We'll have a couple minutes of silence, and then I'll cue you out. Each time you notice that the mind has wandered off, simply acknowledge that and bring your focus and attention back to the body and back to the breath. Noticing if any tension has returned to the body, and if so, soften it over and over again. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing yourself back to this space. And as you're ready, reach the arms up by the ears, the legs out in front. Give yourself a big stretch in both directions like you're just waking up. And then let it all soften down. Bring the palms together in front of our heart center as our symbol of closing this time you've made for yourself, for your self-care, giving yourself permission to slow down and to nurture your mind, your body, and your spirit. Call to mind again your intention, inviting that quality to manifest in your life this week. Thank yourself for showing up today. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the Spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace. Because it's also within me, and in sharing these things, we are united. We are one. Namaste. Thank you. Hope you had a good chair practice today, and I will look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.